All right, so I saw videos like these when the guys would say, man, you just gotta go with a girl, get your heart broken, and, you just have to have something so bad that happens to your life that it will slingshot you and it will force you to become successful, to work extremely hard, etc. And granted, that works. All right, a lot of people, a parent dies, and that just makes them work so hard, or a girl breaks up with them that they really love, and or cheats on them or whatever, and that'll just be like their FDE moment, like fuck this event. Their life is so low that they will get back up, right? And I will just slingshot them to success. That is a method, but I don't suggest the make your life worse like that, okay? Like that's just so fucking stupid. It's honestly, it's just like, if it happens, good. But you don't have to make that intentionally. The thing I'm going to be telling you about today is you don't have to make your life worse. You just have to make it harder. Okay? You just have to make it less comfortable. And there's tons of ways. I have a few steps for you. And actually, like the last two, or the one before the last one, is kind of like gonna be like a surprise to you, or like kind of like unconventional, but I actually believe in it. So first thing, obviously, you have to get in the momentum. It's all about the momentum. So that period of your life when you were waking up early, taking cold showers, and doing everything right. For some reason, it wasn't hard or it was hard, but you still did it anyways. And then I personally got into a period where I was waking up late, waking up like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and working later on in the evening. And granted, I still got my work done, but I just did the bare minimum. I just did the task list. I didn't do the extra work. I didn't go the extra mile. When you wake up early, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., okay, you wake up extremely early like this, and then you take a cold shower, which is, you start the day with pain, and it's just so fucking uncomfortable. You have to do something that you hate every single day. Maybe that for you is cardio. That's another thing that was for me. Morning runs is something I absolutely hate, and that's why I do it. Now, granted, don't jog, sprint, okay? Jogging just increases your cortisol, and it lowers your test, okay? You might burn off some calories, but sprinting or walking is just so much better, okay? So for cardio, one of those, to be honest. Meditation. Like, okay, meditate for 10 minutes a day. I did that. But honestly, I find value in nowadays even meditating for 25, 35 minutes when I really just am bored out of my mind and I have to keep focusing back on the breathing. It's boring and I don't want to do it, but I still do it. And also reading and all of that. It's not about the impact these habits have on you long term, which they do, but that's not the point of you doing them. It's the point of you doing so many things that you don't want to, so that your dopamine baseline is back down, is lower here. This is why this was supposed to be the last point, but I'm just going to say it now. No cheap dopamine, no video games, no entertainment, YouTube videos. Stop it. You need to get your baseline low. That's why you're comfortable, okay? Because your dopamine is way too high. When your dopamine is extremely low, or your baseline is lower, which sounds like a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing, because everything can now make you happy and motivated. Dopamine is pretty much motivation. I've been reading the book Atomic Habits. In the second chapter of the book, it's actually pretty well explained, or the second law, I think. But this was supposed to be the most important point now. Get a 9 to 5. I know this sounds fucking stupid, but getting a 9 to 5 actually might, if you're not in school anymore, okay? Like for example, I dropped out of high school at 16, and then I didn't have a job after that because I was already making some money online. If you just get a part-time job, okay, you go maybe, this is a very important caveat. You go maybe, it doesn't matter how many times a week you go, but get those long shifts that take all of your day. Why? Shouldn't you be putting all that time into work? No, because if you take those 10-hour shifts, 11, 12-hour shifts, all right? Even if you do that twice a week, those twice a week shifts, that's like 8 shifts a week, a month, I mean. When you do that, on those days, let's say your shift starts at 7 a.m. You wake up at 3 a.m. and you know you have a limited amount of time because before you're gonna have to commute to work. So you maximize so much of your time. It works so much. You'll be amazed at how efficient you'll be at work, at how you're not gonna get distracted, at how quickly you'll get your work done when you have a limited amount of time, because you know that when you get home from your job from that 12-hour shift, you're gonna be so exhausted you're just gonna go to sleep. Now don't put those 5-6 times a week so that it just takes up all of your day. You should have some days when you just wake up, you work all morning, then you go to the gym, and then you work all day. But you set the standard. That work that you got in that morning before your job, okay, that extremely efficient work should be now your standard on your days off. And this is how even 1 month of a 9 to 5, after you quit it, you get so much benefit. I've done this myself, and trust me, I've done this for 2 months actually, but it's so beneficial. So that's why what I'm gonna recommend to you. Get a 9 to 5 that you absolutely hate, and do it like twice a month, twice a week, 3 times, 4 times a week, whatever. Have at least like 2 days off. Get the longest shifts that you can get, so that you're absolutely exhausted when you go back home, and you just say, man, I didn't do shit for my business today, so tomorrow I'm gonna wake up 3-4 hours before my shift, and I'm gonna get as much as possible done. You'll be amazed what you're gonna be capable to do. So it's about the standard. It's not about the objective facts that, okay, it doesn't really matter if you wake up at 4 a.m. or at 8 a.m. The time is the same. You could still work and still get your things done if nobody's distracting. You have your phone in airplane mode, whatever. But it's about the standard it hits in your mind. Because the reason why I clicked on this video is because you have the time to work on your business, but you just can't convince your mind to get to work or be as efficient at work as possible, to get work as quickly as possible. So this will set the standard. Get a 9 to 5 and keep the early wake up, cold showers, cardio, and no chip dopamine. Okay, these are the points I want to talk about today. You could be productive without these things, but realistically, if you clicked on this video, it's because something about your life is so comfortable that it's not allowing you to reach your full potential at productivity. Okay, so also having a job 9 to 5 will make you hate your fucking life because it's probably a low status job. Okay, most probably. So yeah, man, I just want to tell you this. Hope this helps. May God bless you. Today is an early morning, 5:22 a.m. Woke up at 3 today. I already done my cold shower, my meditation, my reading, and I already did some work block. I'm definitely gonna work a little more until the sun rises to like 7-8 a.m. I'm gonna go take my dog on a walk, which is gonna be my cardio because it's probably gonna be for like an hour. Then I'm gonna have my first meal. Then I'm gonna do some more work. Then I'm gonna go to the gym, and then I'm gonna have another meal, which is my second meal of the day, and then I'm gonna do more work, right? So like my day is amazing, but I know that this is now my standard, right? I'm not just gonna go watch a Hamza YouTube video if I haven't scheduled it in my calendar. Schedule a time in your calendar for these instant gratifications, or schedule a time in your calendar for learning. Schedule a time in your calendar for watching courses or watching videos, and schedule time just for work. Many people, when they go on YouTube and watch, for example, my videos, did you schedule a time to watch this video? Really put that video in watch later playlist on YouTube and put it in your, ideally, a physical calendar and schedule it in. Anyways, bro, I'm not gonna yap too much anymore. May God bless you. I'll catch you on the next one.